At 15 years old, our next guest received a life-saving bone marrow transplant from a complete stranger, and nearly 10 years later, she honored that stranger with this special dance at her wedding.
I was walking home from school on a cold winter day. Took a shortcut to the woods, and I lost my way. It was getting late, and I was scared and alone. Then a kind old man took my hand and led me home. Mama couldn't see him, but he was standing there. But I knew in my heart he was the answer to my prayer.
Please welcome Greta Håkansson and the man that saved her life, Danny Daniels. Explain why you needed that bone marrow transplant.
So it started at summer soccer practices. I just couldn't keep up with the girls, and then fall two-a-day soccer practices started, and same thing. I just couldn't keep up with them.
Just your energy level.
Yeah, energy level and runs and that kind of a thing. And so I woke up one morning with a really sore throat. So my mom said, let's go to the doctor, thinking, oh, strep throat, worst case, mono. And the results came back with a leukemia diagnosis. So the treatment for that at the time was an oral chemo drug. I had CML, so it was a different type of leukemia for my age. So treatment at the time was that oral chemo, but I wasn't tolerating it well. And after a second and third opinion, my best chance survival was to have a bone marrow transplant. And so I had two older sisters who didn't match me. So then they checked the National Bone Marrow Registry called Be the Match and found a perfect match for me. And the gentleman is sitting next to me.
Okay, so you were in the registry.
Yes.
And why were you in the registry already?
A friend of mine, when I was in the military, was sick and needed a bone marrow transplant. So a bunch of us at the base signed up. And unfortunately, he passed before they could find a donor for him. But, you know, that was 10 years ago, and I totally forgot about signing up. And one day out of the blue, I get a phone call that I'm a match for a 15-year-old female with leukemia, and wanted to know if I was willing to go ahead and donate. And as soon as I found out she was 15, how can you not give a young person a chance?
Well, so first of all, that's amazing, and especially that you forgot about it, even that you get a call out of the blue. And I think most people would think that it would be a painful thing to give bone marrow. Is it not? Is it something that is not that?
It's not really. It was pretty quick. They actually pulled the marrow out of my hip bones, and I was on light duty for about six weeks or so. And that was it.
Well, good for you. Okay, so fast forward 10 years now, you're getting married. And did you all along know, like, when I get married someday, I'm going to invite him and dance with him at my wedding?
So absolutely, I wanted to invite him and his wife. We had met 2 years after my transplant, and just an amazing man, amazing wife. And so when we were making our wedding list, you know, top of the list, Danny and Angie, we have to invite them, but really didn't think they'd be able to make it. And so we got the RSVP back that they said yes, and my jaw just dropped to the floor. But the dance came later when we were talking with the DJ and planning our night. He suggested that because I wanted to honor Danny some way. So he said, why don't you do a dance? And I said, I love that idea. That's great. So we did Angels Among Us by Alabama.
So that must have just been so moving for you to dance with her at her wedding.
Oh, it was such a thrill, and I was totally honored to even have the opportunity to even get an invite to the wedding, and then be able to show up was fantastic.
Really, really sweet. I love that story. Okay, well, you're here for 12 days, obviously. We're going to put you in the audience, and everything that we're giving away today on 12 days, both of you are getting. So, yeah. All right?
Thank you so much.
You can go to our website to find out. It's the least we can do. Go to our website to find out how you can become a donor and potentially save a life. We'll be right back.